Grubby, I actually asked Soda Poppin who the kind of best experience he's had in OnlyFangs is. We've been asking everybody who is kind of the best experience that you've had with somebody in OnlyFangs. And obviously, Peo, he couldn't even answer the question. He just said, like, Twitch Prime, everyone sucks. I just do my thing. But Soda Poppin actually said it was you. So I wanted you to know that you've been the most impressive player and also one of the nicest players in the guild, according to a potential war chief.
Well, what great praise. My experience with Soda Popping is very different. Every time I have a conversation with him, he leaves halfway.
Soda always leaves convo.
Oh, it's not personal? Oh, I thought you were backing up your own experience with mine, but it's just me then?
No, he doesn't really do that to me. I feel like most of the time he's been chilling. I think that might just be a you thing, actually.
Yeah, maybe I talk too much.
Are you on his list though? Because I am on his list.
Wait. There's a list. What's the list? Is it like Pirates list?
No. No, it's not. As far as I know, it's not like Pirates list. I think it's more a list of people that he feels have wronged him during his time as a Tyler's bitch, and basically people that he wants to punish.
Oh, I could be. So. I did try to gaslight him that he gave me the wrong druid build. I said that he told me that I needed to take thick skin as a bear armor talent, but I did a bad Photoshop and he saw through it. So if he takes offense to that, then I'm definitely on his list.
Oh shit! Yeah, nobody's gonna tell him about that. So your secret's safe here with us on ZNN. So Grubby, on the topic of lists, do you think that the system of lists is a good one to have in a guild like OnlyFangs?
What do you mean, like lists of people that wronged him and then to punish them?
Yeah, just any kind of list, like lists who pointed out maybe how much mana you had, or lists that wronged you in any way, lists for people that you want to makora maybe, I don't know.
I think streamers have a very high percentage of ADHD and acoustic qualities, and because of that, I think it is very helpful to have lists, because you can help keep track of things that you want to keep track of. For instance, when I was really young, my brother and I had a list for him. Basically, if I was really mad at him and we go to bed, I would always wake up with love in my heart for him again. And I would have forgotten about the fight that I had with him the day before. So I would write on a paper, remember to be mad at your brother when you wake up. So that was essentially my list, my shit list. He was on it. And then when I saw it, I could make sure to keep acting very passive-aggressive to him the rest of the day, even though really I wanted to play with him again. So lists can help you to dispense justice to people that deserve it.
Absolutely.
Okay,
I think
writing down OnlyFangs streamers are acoustic. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, no, I think that's a really good system to have, and I think that is something that a lot of people have been utilizing. We've been seeing more and more of it lately. Now, Grubby, I don't want to kind of bring up old scars here for you, but as somebody who did play the Mage, what is your take on using things like the Mana Gem and the Rank 1 Blizzard? Are those spells that you're familiar with?
They are spells I'm familiar with, even though I've only played for 2 months and there's much I don't know. I do think that as a Mage player, you've got so many layers of self-preservation. You've got so many layers of saving others that sometimes it's kind of like being a bear during the salmon season where they're all swimming upstream and you don't know which salmon to bite into because they're all jumping all the way around you. It can be difficult to grab the right fish when there's so many to pick from. And you can even get lazy knowing that there's so many salmon, so you don't even have to pick one. You can always do it later. I think you can have a level of complacency because you've got so many buttons. It's easy to forget just how many you have. And in a way, even though Druid has less escape tools than Mage, for someone small-brained like me, it actually helps a lot that I have fewer buttons. I've only got the speed potion, the sprint, the stealth, and then maybe 1 or 2 other tools. With Mage, you've got like 17 waves to save someone, 17 ways. And maybe because of that, there could be some, let's say, stun locking in your brain going on at trying to save someone or anyone.
So you're saying the complexity of the class as a Mage could potentially cause a bit of brain lag or a disconnect or a stun lock in your gameplay. that kind of just leads you towards an exit potentially.
I think you summarized that very well, and I think the second part as well is that if you are very practiced in softcore, I've heard the term rank 1 bandied around a lot. I'll give you just 1 second of lore. I've seen a lot of people die in hardcore. Some people's name even that starts with the letter Z, that die in suboptimal ways in terms of skill expression. And maybe sometimes some of these people have a lot of experience in retail. They're rank 1. I used to think rank 1 actually means you win like a world championship or something. But rank 1 is apparently a categorical category for people that have reached, let's say, highest level, like challenger. But there's hundreds or thousands, right? And so that's still an admirable feat to achieve. But it is achieved via a trial and error practice system, which allows you to lose and then win again, lose and win, lose and learn, etc. So you can get a lot of skill through the trial and error. If hardcore suddenly is thrust upon you and you don't do it a lot, you're not going to have the same level of comfort at expressing yourself in those tight make or break moments that could make or break someone or even break them out of the guild.
That's a good ending. Wow, write that down. That was great.
What should I write down exactly? From that?
Didn't you
all
listen?
Of that.
Just all of it.
What
Come on.
Yeah, just write down all of that.
Last thing I wrote down is Mage.
Write down that rank 1. Just she got stun locked. Write down that rank 1s are phony. Grubby thinks they all suck.
It's a bit of an exaggeration.
Phony. Grubby thinks they suck, and he also thinks that mages suffer from brain damage. Okay.
And this is what's wrong with the media. Like, you take everything out of proportion and you miscategorize it.
No, this is ZNN. We're a small family-owned news network. We're trying our best here with the resources we have.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Apologies for my secretary. She gets a little confused sometimes. Sometimes she forgets to even write notes. So honestly, I don't think we should complain too much about her. At least she's writing something down, you know?
I think she's doing a great job. I'm sorry for the hate train against you and your family-owned business.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, she's just trying to get by. We don't want to cause any hate raids here to appear. So, with that said, what is your take on the word run? Because I hear you have an accent, so I'm assuming here that you're at least like a dual lingual Andy. Is that fair?
What accent do you think I have? Jeez, wow.
I don't know. You sound a bit Dutch.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. No, that's fair.
Mein Vriend.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good.
Dankjewel.
Very good accent. So yeah, it goes well. Thank you for asking. Wie geht's mit dir? So.
Okay.
Oh shit! I nailed it.
What?
Slay.
The accent. You're Dutch, right?
Yes, but I answered in German. But anyway, I wouldn't expect you to recognize that as a non-accent haver. But you asked what's the definition of the word run. You know,
yeah.
I didn't know. I think y'all, when I say y'all, can I generalize a bit or is that unfair?
No, you can. Go ahead.
Y'all, you WoW players, I think you have a number of terms that are a little weird. It's not just run, but it's also need and greed. I misinterpreted that one. I actually rolled need for every single item that I found during the first 2 dungeons. Because I thought...
What the fuck?
Yeah, because I thought, like, need. Oh, yeah, I could need the gold. I don't have much gold at all. Let's not be... right? But let's not be greedy, though. I wouldn't want to be greedy. I just need it. Greed is more than need. I need food and water to survive. I greed hors d'oeuvre and caviar to eat and have a better taste experience, right? I thought greed was more than need. But anyway, on the topic of run, apparently I have learned over the last 3 tumultuous days that run means kite and run means hide under a rock and roach. I didn't know this in advance. I've learned that recently. Nonetheless, when we said run in our run, we all protected each other as well. So we did understand the spirit of it. But had you asked me on a paper, what does run mean? I would think it means run. So yeah, I don't know, like how many shot calls are allowed to change during a dungeon? Can it change once, twice? Because you don't want to have hesitation. maybe you say run once and then you change the call and it becomes a stand and fight. I think that should be clearer. I think people need to clean up their language. This is not very pro-gamer of the WoW community to distinguish between run and run. Because then we need to distinguish all the tones. Heal him means heal him. What does heal him? What does that mean? Like heal him a lot? Like there's so many tones that can change in the moment. I think we should be a little clearer. I think we should start adopting terms like run and kite, or run like the wind, right? Or escape the dungeon. Like, can't there be better terms? Or am I being too hopeful here, Ziqo? What do you think?
Oh, what do I think? Yeah, no, I think we having clear comms is always something that we strive for here, especially at ZNN. And I think that is something that we could all do better. And if there's ever a situation where maybe my comms weren't that good, I'm happy to take some accountability for that and say, you know what, guys, I could have communicated that better. That was my bad.
I'll be on the lookout for it to keep you accountable.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You do that. In the meantime, though, I would like to continue asking you some questions.
Oh,
if
sorry.
you don't mind.
Yeah, sorry. I turned
no,
it
that's
around.
all good.
I was deflecting. I'm sorry.
No, that's all good. You know, we've all been there. It's important, though, that you realized you were doing that and, you know, keep it moving. What is, because we interviewed Sequisha a little while ago. What is your take on the Petri ban? Is that okay to ask?
Yeah, for sure. When I was new to the game, like not even near level 50 yet on my first or second character, I thought rules for thee, but not for me. If I could find a Petri flask, I back then I thought you could find a Petri flask. I didn't know it was made through recipe because I was so new. So I thought if I find a Petri flask, I will keep it. It's my own. It's my precious. It came to me. I need it because I'm so noob, right? But then I thought others shouldn't have it because you're all too sweaty, too good, and it's going to make the death clip moments that I've been enjoying every morning without a shred of schadenfreude, but I'm enjoying them in order to learn from it. I think it's a learning moment. I watch them responsibly. I never laugh at someone's death. I didn't laugh at Snoopy's death in the Undercity elevator. I don't think it's a laughing matter at all. And anyone that claims otherwise, I take issue with that. Anyways, where was I? The Petri, yes. As I started getting higher level and I got near level 50 and so on, I started realizing that Petri will take away all the tension, all the danger from a situation. That if you have a Petri and your escape plan is leave party, wait 5 seconds and then Petri, it's going to make the death clip moments boring. It's going to make this whole content guild boring. It's going to make the challenge boring. And I think Petri is part of the game. I think non-OnlyFangers should be allowed to use it without getting memed on or criticized, or maybe they can get memed on a bit. I mean, I don't care. Like, I don't think it's a bad way to play the game. Everyone decides their own gameplay rules. I think we as a guild should be above it because it's boring.
I agree. And I don't know about you, but personally, some of my best moments have been when shit hits the fan and we toughen up and we get through it and we kick some ass. So I'm with you with that. Fuck Petri and Sequisha. Sunglers, write down Sequisha from Grubby, please. Thank you.
Okay. Sequisha? Okay.
No, thank you. Moving forward here, Grubby. What level are you currently?
I'm level 54.
Level 54. So how do you respond to some of the people saying that you might be a little bit overrated, you might be maybe even a little bit washed up, you still haven't hit level 60? There are some people who rerolled like 4 or 5 days ago who are currently sitting at like level 57. We got some people about to hit 60 today. What is your comment to those haters out there?
I 100% agree.
All right. So you agree with the haters?
I agree with the haters, 100%. In fact, I'm one of them. I think I'm leveling slowly too. The problem is, I started adopting a system different from Rested XP. It's called Grub XP. Grub XP works a little different. Occasionally, it really hits the mark and basically joins 12 quests in one place for a massive XP release when getting back to town. But occasionally, it involves flying around aimlessly around Azeroth for 1.5 hours. Even though, and I don't think it's an excuse, even though the journey is enjoyed, I think that's a pathetic excuse that this journey is enjoyed. because very little XP was gotten during that moment. Mistakes are made where certain breadcrumb quests aren't picked up. There's inefficient questing going on. Sometimes Grub XP forces you to kill certain mobs that don't even have a quest icon attached to them. And for what? Grayson.
Please write that down, Sungleaders. Write fuck Grayson, fuck Rusted XP, and fuck Tactics. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Agrees with the haters. His rested XP, Grub XP is better, and fuck Grayson. Okay.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
I think that is a pretty based answer. Now, what is your take on the whole situation about resources? Because that has been another hot topic here in OnlyFangs. A lot of people have been worrying that when they do hit level 60, they might not get any enchants. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think enchants are very important, but I think what's more important than that, and I know I'm deflecting a bit, but I hope you will allow me without holding me accountable for that. I think alchemy is more important. I think the guild needs more alchemists. I think we should all be using more potions as well. And we also need to raise the prices of potions inside the guild. We need to create a healthy economy of where we can charge each other for potions. You know, I've done a little false flag operation where I've put speed potion on my wish list, and people have been sending me speed potions, which means that this guild is failing at economizing potions within the guild itself to fellow OnlyFangers. And me as a budding alchemist with a high level of alchemy already at 125 already, slated to be 300 within the next 7 months, I believe we should be charging more for potions to each other, and everyone should be using them more in order to be as safe as possible while flying around Azeroth, doing things like questing and dungeons and raids.
No, I couldn't agree with you more. So what you're saying here, just to clarify, is you are an alchemist and you can make speed potions, but you still have been requesting them from other members of the guild.
No, I can't make speed potions yet. I don't have any recipes yet. I'm trying to get more recipes to build up my alibi for the worth of my character.
So that when the time comes and you need to leave the dungeon, you can tell them, hey, I got 300 alchemy, I got hella recipes, I'm out of here.
Exactly. And if you have any recipes, please send them to me. I'll remember the favor that if you send it to me.
Okay. Yeah. No, I will absolutely do that. Any recipe I find on my way up to 60 will be immediately coded to you to also keep the guild economy healthy and raise the prices.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're welcome. But I feel like we're derailing a little bit here. So what you're saying is you're extremely worried about getting your enchants once you do hit level 60, and you're worrying about the guild's resources as a whole, and not even just for enchanting, but also for other professions.
I was actually worried about this happening, losing enchanters. This may not be the first one either. In fact, I saw this coming, and I think more enchanters may be on the way out soon. If my assessment of history repeating itself is correct. And so I've made sure to get all my enchantments recently. In fact, I took out big loans in order to be able to afford the enchants. And I know I may not have to pay back those loans anyway, because, well, you only need to pay back loans to OnlyFangers.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, what are they going to do about it? They can't really do shit. So
exactly.
That makes...
Do you have any specific people in mind when you talk about enchanters getting lost?
No, I would like to keep that information private at this time.
Yeah, no, we respect privacy in here. Man, you have been, you are a gem of an interviewee, Grubby. I gotta say it. So far, I feel like you've really been nailing this situation. I feel like I just blinked and we went through like half the questions already. So continuing on here with the questions, we're gonna ask you some hard-hitting questions right here. Do you back Kamala Poppins in her decision this morning to reduce the number of active members in the guild?
By 1, right?
Yes.
By 1. I think it is the best way forward, both for us and for him. It is difficult to let go of criticizing fairly someone's lack of skill performance and someone's lack of admitting that he had a low skill performance. It's difficult to see certain untruths and then not say anything about it. That does not justify anyone taking it to 11 and doing unhinged stuff and illegal things, right? But you can't lump all of us together. I'm allowed to have a valid criticism about people. When Summit said Sequisha lost his character, and he shouldn't have lost his character because he had 60 hours on it, I memed a bit on Summit, right? But I watch his stream and I see a lot of takes I agree with, and I like watching his stream and everything. But like, I'll meme on him for that. You said that a lot of people meme on me for my low XP gain. You know, it's all fair, right? We can take it, and
yeah, absolutely.
And so I think it is valid and justified for people to criticize when, you know, certain guild member, Pirate, when he says like everyone made the same level of mistakes or everyone made mistakes. And then later he'll reference a tweet and he'll say like, hey, I guess the healer did fine. But like in the tweet, it says everyone made the same mistake. So it's just like little irksome stuff. It's nothing big. It didn't need to be big. It wouldn't have been big if he treated it like anyone else. But he couldn't say my bad. And I think that's why it got bigger than it needed to. But it doesn't mean we're all a monolith. We are not a monolith, right? If I hadn't covered it, it would be the exact same thing. If you hadn't covered it, same thing. I don't think any one person, even 100 people not covering it, would have changed how the internet has picked up on this. The only person that would have been able to unpower this, which is not even a movement, but this phenomenon, which honestly has been pretty impressive in some ways, is just saying, hey, my bad, I didn't play well. And after informing myself of what could have been done, I realized I could have done something. And I like to compare it to my own moment when I died in BRD with Annie and with Milkhard and Irv, who were two of my viewers and still are. And then only Dendy survived.
They still are?
They still are. We still play together. They forgave me.
Okay.
I realized then that I wasn't the one that made the pool happen. It was the tank. But I was Mage. And with Mage comes a large responsibility of how you can clutch it. I had just dual spec'd 1 or 2 days ago out of Improved Blizzard, which is a very good talent to have to control large mobs of CC. I actually learned that from Pirate a couple of days ago. And the Improved Blizzard is something I had from AoE farming, but I just dual spec'd out of it, and I was on my single target Frostbolt spec. Before I had a chance to go into Emperor Thorason's room at BRD, I hadn't had respect yet because I got distracted by an item Dandy talked about. He said, hey, there's this item I'm looking for from the boss, right? And so I look at the Atlas loot table, and then I started looking for loot I want. When I tapped out of it, the first mob had already been engaged, but they didn't need me. And then I started looking at loot again, and they went for the second loot table. So they went for the second mob. And then when I tapped out of that, shit broke out. So I actually pressed Improved Blizzard hotkey. I pressed my Blizzard hotkey to try and slow down the triple mob pack that got pulled, because that was my muscle memory of pressing Blizzard to slow mobs. And it would have worked, but I didn't have a slow on it anymore. So instead, I should have done Frost Nova, Cone of Cold. Now, I didn't do the best the Mage can do. I didn't even play my usual level because there were many extenuating factors, such as distracted by loot, we went a bit too high of a rush, we were even under-leveled for there, we accidentally butt pulled, torrents have a bigger hitbox, etc, etc, etc. Every one of us made mistakes, except, I would say, the healer, right? Healer couldn't really do anything there, which is usual.
Classic.
Could have all done more. But I would argue I could have done the most. But I couldn't do more in that moment. And that's okay to admit. And I don't know why it's so hard to admit for some people. But it's not hard to admit for many, many other people. I could have done more, but in a way I couldn't. Why couldn't I? Because I was too panicked. I just specced out of it. I was too distracted going into it. I should have slowed down the pace. This is what I could have done, right? I could have asked my tank, let's go a little slower. So everyone could do more. And in fact, during most of that dungeon run, Dendi and I had been bragging that everything is too easy. So we even set the psychological stage for my tank becoming impatient. Because imagine you've got your rogue and your mage constantly yapping about how easy everything is and that we want a bigger challenge. So even though our tank Milkheart blames himself for that pull, I believe I influenced him.
As he should.
As he should. But I believe I influenced him psychologically with my banter about how it's going to be too easy. And Dendi, he bragged even more. He always wants a bigger challenge. He wanted to solo White Mane when we came to Scarlet Monastery. Have no one else to do anything. Right? So he's a thrill seeker and I'm more of a safe player, but we were both talking about how it's too easy. So you compare that moment and it's like, I couldn't do more because I was rushed. I just specced out of it. I didn't remember in the moment. I didn't have improved Blizzard. But technically, from a technical perspective, give my role to someone else, like Lakari, right? We don't have to go all the way to Ampy. Lakari, or another mage that didn't respec, or another mage that doesn't get prone to...
Are we forgetting somebody here?
No. Oh, you are probably AoE farming right now. You know what? I think you could have done it too, kind of.
Yeah, on my best day, maybe. All right. Sorry for cutting you off. Continue.
No, but when I saw you AoE farming, I saw you weren't using Blizzard. You were doing another version with like Arcane Explosion and Cone of Cold. I mean, it's pretty cool. But you know, it's do you even know about Blizzard? Like, I didn't see you use Blizzard today when you were interviewing other people.
No, I'm still struggling what keybind I should put Blizzard on. And also, I heard you need multiple ranks of that. So I've just kind of opted out of that completely. And I'm just kind of copying the spec that you were using without improved Blizzard. And I'm just doing my own thing. It seems to be working right now, but who knows? I've had a few close calls already. So
no, but that makes sense. We can talk more about mage nerding later. But as it turns out, another mage could have saved the situation. And so in a way, I could do more, but in a way I couldn't. Because if I could, I would have done it because I wanted to. Mm-hmm. And I think nobody questioned my motivation. And what was the question?
Honestly, I don't remember.
So, write that down, Sun Glitters.
The big consensus just seems to be with everybody is just say my bad and everything would have been fine.
Probably.
That seems to be the consensus. So would you say that Peekaboo is now the biggest roach in the guild now that the throne is open for grabs?
I think so. Yeah. You know, oh man. I wonder who's more risky. Because I feel like Pirate, 95% of the time, he was like a safe Frostbolt spammer to have in my group. But I feel like Peekaboo is looking for an opportunity to trip friends to the bear. I don't know if that's fair. I hope that's not like a baseless allegation, but he seems to enjoy it so much when someone falls.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know him that well yet. Like, I could be completely wrong. He could be like the safest guy to have in your group, and he just got unlucky.
Honestly, as somebody who's been doing some dungeons with Pika, it was like, I don't know, 15 levels ago or something like that. I think he's still around that level when we did it. He hasn't been, I think he's just been picking flowers, or I don't know if he's using Grub XP or something. But anyway,
writing down Grubby thinks Pika is an agent. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so as somebody who has been doing dungeons with Pika, I think he's a very safe player. He plays very flawless. I think that he has great risk assessment. Never see him charge in or try to go crazy with the damage or anything like that. So I think that, he might just be an all-right agent. He seems to know what he's doing. And it seems to be maybe even a little bit malicious in some of the ways these members of OnlyFangs have been falling like flies around him.
Oh, you think people are falling around him on purpose to make him look bad?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Yeah, I think people are actually inting their characters for clips to boost his stream. I think they're actually paid chatters who are doing this to help their boy out, and I respect that. I mean, who wouldn't want loyal people like that around you, right?
Thank you for the ringing endorsement of his skill, as well as the idea of how to take my content to the next level if I ever dungeon with him.
Absolutely. No, I mean, that's why we're here, right? To trade content ideas, to trade thoughts. This is what it's all about here on ZNN. Now, Grubby, I need to ask you something. Who do you think is going to be the first person to die in Molten Core, if we ever make it there?
Wow. I don't know who's going to make the list. I was watching Soda's sweat evaluation video, but it was so long. It was like a Excel sheet with so many level 60s. So I don't know who's going to make it in. It's going to be hard to basically guess, but I guess it's going to be potentially Emilia. Wouldn't that kind of track?
Oh, shit. All right. Yeah. Grubby thinks Emilia sucks. Write it down, please, Sunglitters. Thank you.
Okay, Emilia sucks.
I didn't say that. Guys, I
All
didn't
right.
say that.
Confirmed. Okay. Yeah, that's wild, though. Me personally, I think I would have gone with Mizkif, honestly, but Emilia is a respectable pick as well, for sure.
Wait, is he still playing?
Yes, he is. I think he's like level 42 or 41 or something like that. But yeah, it seems to be like he's going.
Nice. I thought maybe he would stop when Emiru stopped. I don't completely understand the dynamics there, but I didn't think he was going to play alone anymore. But I really don't know. Good for him.
Yeah, no, it's great. Mizkif, he's carrying the spirit of Emiru forward. I mean, I think at this point he's kind of stopped feeling guilty. Considering, just how much those two have been through. It makes sense. What questions have we missed here for Grubby, Sunglitters?
Do you think OnlyFangs is a guild fueled by hate?
I think we asked him that, didn't we?
No,
Did we?
We didn't.
We didn't?
No?
Okay, do you?
This might be a hot take, but I actually think it is not.
Oh, shit. Write that down. Write that down.
And
Thinks OnlyFangs is wholesome.
And I don't know who I have to fight for it, who disagrees with me heavily, but I'm ready for it. I think it has been a great journey. I think it's very difficult to put together this many people from this many different games to come together to enjoy this game together. And for me, I think it has been, and for me and for many others, it has been amazing meeting so many people and having a lot of fun together. So yeah, I think there's always going to be a little, there's always going to be a little strife sometimes in places, but that's because the game, especially hardcore, simulates life, which means we are not just playing the game, we're getting to know each other, and it goes beyond the game.
I completely agree with that. Like, me and you, I don't think if it was for OnlyFangs, we would never be sitting down like this, having this chat. So I'm grateful for that. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know shit about Warcraft 3, but I heard you're some kind of a big deal. One of my old arena mates used to be a big fan of yours, so you're some kind of legend. So that's always nice. It's been great. Listen to some of your takes as well. I think you have a great way with words, and honestly, you could give Sunglitters a run for her money as the secretary here.
Oh shit! Do you want fuck?
Do I want to what? No, it's not a guild built on love in that way. I just mean we get along. Like, I think that's too fast.
Sunglitter, there's no, like, we don't have an HR department yet. Don't go that route.
I feel a little sexually harassed here. I mean...
Okay, my bad. I just, I didn't be...
I'm just joking. You're fine.
That's cooked.
Yeah, no, secretary.
Please don't try to fuck the guests, please.
I mean, you treat your guests well, Ziqo.
Hey, there's always a happy ending here on ZNN. Usually not in the literal sense, but usually our guests do leave happy.
Hello, it looked like we got another.
Write that down.
We got another guest. Someone just heard the kind of service being given here. Skeppo.
Oh shit! Who's this guy?
Hey, what's up, my fellow Europeans?
Hey, I'm gonna go before I get molested. No offense, but it was great. It was great hanging out with.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt the guest, guys, while he's speaking. Please, Grubby.
Go ahead, Sunglitters.
You're safe. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you. Hey, Sunglitters, thank you for the great penmanship. Sorry, penwomanship. Oh shit.
Oh god, cancelled.
And Ziqo, thanks for running the show. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for your questions. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Thank you for being here, Grubby. Guys, that was twitch.tv/Grubby. Go give the man a follow for giving us that great interview, and also for being a legend in the community and a beacon of light. Now, we have some new guy here with us.
Woo! Almost got cancelled, but I pulled it back in.
is a real news network. They cover the stories the Cenarian Circle and the Ivory Tower elites want us to ignore. I've been telling my nurse to turn it on every morning before she puts my dentures in.